Now, if you don't believe that the media is involved helping Russia, okay, to divide this country, divide and conquer from within, so when we get attacked, okay, there's no way we're going to, just my opinion, there's no way we're going to be able to hold up to a Russian-China attack on this country, which is already happening. It's been happening for years. So what was important? Now, if you don't think they're not crooked, if you don't think they're liars, corrupt, fake news like your president says, this was on NBC Meet the Press, okay? And I watched 4 shows. I will not watch CNN. I watched the CBS, NBC, ABC, and Fox. Russian investigation developments, okay? Russian investigation developments. Mueller obtains early draft of Trump's letter firing Comey. See, Mueller gets the early draft of Trump's letter. What about the early draft in April? For some reason, why did he start it in April of Comey's letter exonerating Hillary? Interesting. But they got that. Mueller teams up with New York Attorney General and IRS. Why? Why not team up with New York's Attorney General and IRS to filter through the Clinton Foundation with many more things that we don't have time for? Manafort turns notes over to Mueller in intel committees. That right there should be Soros, Podesta, Cheryl Mills. The list goes on, don't have time. Trump organization sought deal in Moscow during campaign. They sought a deal in Moscow during the campaign. This is all built in to lead you to believe that your president is a traitor. This is going to go with North Korea. If this comes to fruition, you better watch, because Russia they're responsible for this. They're building doubt, and they're using our people, the great John McCain. They're using Mueller. They're using our media. They are using us in this internal war that you are not paying attention to on a daily basis to try to create in your mind that your president of the United States colluded with Russia and is a traitor to his country. I'm serious. You have to pay attention, because when it comes time for you to make a decision on who you trust, okay? So organizations sought to make a deal with Moscow during the campaign. Obama is the one that had the hot mic that said, as soon as I get reelected, I can do what I want. So those are the updates. Now, I watched all 4 shows, and I heard several things pertaining to the Russian investigation with the updates. They just forgot to add in that James Comey was writing in April of last year, the letter that exonerated Hillary Clinton. Why was he doing that? Because we hear every day obstruction of justice. We hear every day that the president stepping into our attorney general's office and trying to manipulate an investigation with the FBI. Remember the famous dinner with Donald Trump says, hey, you know about Michael Flynn? You know that guy, Michael Flynn? And was he trying to end an investigation? Right? All of that we hear. But we don't hear anything about Obama, FBI, Loretta Lynch, all the same people, President of the United States, FBI Director, and Attorney General. All right? But you hear it the other way around. So let's look at Obama with Chris Wallace, and this happens to be in April. Now, don't forget, the letter James Comey is writing to exonerate Hillary is in April. Why would Obama go with Chris Wallace? Now, let me tell you something. When Obama went with Chris Wallace, you need to understand, that wasn't we didn't luck up that day. Obama, did 2 interviews in 8 years with Chris Wallace? Maybe 2? I'm not going to play the end where he says, man, it's glad to have you back, Mr. President. It's been 8 years, right? So it was by design that you heard the President of the United States say what he said that day with Chris Wallace. By design. See, he got his message out to MSNBC. They were carrying the water. When he went on Fox was to give you, all right, by design, a message. So go ahead, and you got the timing where I want that. Go ahead and play this. This is Chris Wallace.
That's the message of resilience, that we don't panic, that we don't fear. We will hunt you down and we will get you.
Last October, you said that Hillary Clinton's private email server did not jeopardize national secrets.
I can tell you that this is not a situation in which America's national security was endangered.
Since then, we've learned that over 2,000 of her emails contained classified material. 22 of the emails had top secret information. Can you still say flatly that she did not jeopardize America's secrets?
I've got to be careful because, as you know, there have been investigations, there are hearings, Congress is looking at this, and I haven't been sorting through each and every aspect of this. Here's what I know. Hillary Clinton was an outstanding Secretary of State. She would never intentionally put America in any kind of jeopardy. And what I also know, because I handle a lot of classified information, is that there's classified and then there's classified. There's stuff that is really top secret, and there's stuff that is being presented to the President or the Secretary of State that you might not want on the transom or going out over the wire, but is basically stuff that you could get in open source.
But last October, you were prepared to say she hadn't jeopardized, and the question is, can you still say that?
I continue to believe that she has not jeopardized America's national security. Now, what I've also said is that, and she's acknowledged, that there's a carelessness in terms of managing emails that she has owned and she recognizes. But I also think it is important.
Folks, pick out the word intention and carelessness. Okay? Intention and carelessness. Now, this is April of last year. Okay? April. Okay? She did not intentionally. Okay? And carelessness. Now, you got to understand, he comes out and he gives this interview to Chris Wallace. And he obstructs justice, okay? He lets Comey know that it doesn't matter what you do. I don't think she intended, and she was careless. Now, wait a minute. So this same exact month, James Comey is writing a letter already exonerating. Now, you got to remember, 17 witnesses are not interviewed. All the way up to number 17, Hillary. You remember the day they interrupted her on 4th of July and she baked cookies and everything, put out the lemonade, and FBI didn't even put her under oath. Cheryl Mills, Brian Pagliano, the list goes on, okay? All right? 17 witnesses. President of the United States goes on, tells Chris Wallace she didn't intentionally do anything. It was careless and reckless, all right? He is writing a letter exonerating her. Now, this is July 5th. Now, we don't have time to go through the whole entire thing because you will... Now, go to July 5th, Comey, and play that one. All right, he probably froze up. He's going to get it ready. Give me a thumbs up when you get it ready. Now, if you go to July 5th, now that we find out that Obama goes to Chris Wallace, says intentional, she did not intentionally, and she was careless. He is writing an exoneration letter right then, directive from the President of the United States, without even investigation being anywhere close or, anybody actually being subpoenaed. Where is the pressure? Where is the FBI raids? Because they stole things, they broke things, they bleach bit. Where is the FBI? The closest thing the FBI did to really coming to a raid like Manafort's house was, the Wieners. That's it. I'm serious as can be. That's the closest thing they've done on this. So listen to Comey on this famous July 5th.
So that's what we've done. Now let me tell you what we found. Although we did not find clear evidence that Secretary Clinton or her colleagues intended to violate laws governing the handling of classified information, there is evidence that they were extremely careless in their handling of very sensitive, highly classified.
No intention, and they were careless. Damn! April, Obama says no intention, and yes, they were careless. Comey at the same time is writing the exoneration letter. And then July 5th, he gives all of the reasons why she should be in prison today in an orange jumpsuit. And then he says, but let me tell you what we did find. We did not find her to be intentionally, there was no intention here, and it was careless. Go ahead, Richie.
There's that liberal echo chamber I keep hearing about, right?
I can't, folks. I am so begging America to wake up to the fake news, evil corruption that is surrounding us on a daily basis. When you look at NBC News and they give you Russian investigation developments, I'm telling you right now, they are building the narrative that your president of the United States is a traitor if they can. Nothing this weekend, not a show one, that they discuss Comey, his intentions, no intentions, and careless. President Obama, April, no intentions and careless, or that Comey's writing a letter to exonerate. That is proof positive that President Obama obstructed justice and internally tried to manipulate an election. We keep hearing Russia manipulating an election. Russia came in, hacked our system, but we know it didn't change a vote count, right? We know it didn't change the outcome. Russia put bots into the social media sphere in the areas of Michigan, and that's why the blue wall crumbled, is the Russian bots. All these things that we feel happened, but the things we know happened, it's silence. Thank God for John McCain, right? And birds chirping in the air. You can hear birds chirping outside of the silence. What is worse, my friends? The destruction, the intentional divide and conquer from outside forces to destroy this country, or the intentional and to manipulate an election, or the intentional inside forces of this country to manipulate an election, divide and conquer, and try to destroy this country. I'm telling you, we should have a whole wing in a federal prison, and it should have the peacock on the top of it, and they should call it the NBC wing. And then they should have the other wing for ABC, and then CBS, and then CNN. CNN should, just have their whole department there, a CNN department. I swear to God, that's not a joke. I'm not saying it. Oh, no, I'm telling you right now. Oh, but that's freedom of speech, freedom of the press. Well, hell, I'm going to tell you, I believe in freedom of speech. I got the Constitution here. I believe in freedom of press. But I don't know that I believe in the freedom to destroy this country as you and I know it. Oh, hell. All right, I didn't mean to go there. That's somewhere I didn't want to go.